Welcome everybody to Toda Madre. It's your boy Rodless.
What up?
William, William, say hello, William.
What up, peeps? What up, boo? What up, people?
So you had an
Gang.
you had an eventful week last week. We didn't get to record our regular weekly talks. Obviously, we missed out on the wrestling talk, and we missed out on some sports and movies and all that. But we have been texting back and forth because we're brothers, and that's what brothers do sometimes, not all the time. Pero you did bring up one thing that I am shocked because I didn't agree with you with one score, and I haven't seen the other movie. But you did say F1 is probably the best movie of the year so far, and we just almost agreed that it was How to Train Your Dragon. So tell me why F1. Give me a little mini review, and then explain why you believe that's the better movie of the year. So far.
All right, simple as this, man. When a movie could get your blood flowing, your adrenaline rushing, when a movie could get you to be like, "Damn, this is a fun ass sport. Let me go ahead and get into this sport." Obviously, it's never gonna be the same because we all know movies make things completely different in sports. But when it gives you that feeling, you're walking out of the theater like, damn, I want to watch F1, you know? So it's like, it's that simple. This movie had my blood glowing, it had my adrenaline rushing, it had some feelings involved, it had some like, damn, this nigga gonna make it? Like, damn, like, what's going on here, Shit. So, spoiler free talk, obviously it's that simple. That movie had it all. It had great drama, it had great adventure, it had great racing, it had great scenes. It was great. I mean, and you saw it in IMAX, different story. I didn't see it in IMAX, but I mean, I could have already imagined how it would have looked like in IMAX.
Yes, and you do know the difference between an IMAX to a regular theater, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. It's not just the sound. It's not just the video. It's like for the people that don't know, with IMAX, like you actually get more to the visuals. Like let's say if there's a scene where the car is driving and you only get to see like half of the helmet. It's an example. I'm not saying that I watched the movie, but it's half of the helmet. For the people that don't know, in IMAX you actually get the full helmet and more. That's the difference between an IMAX to a regular movie theater. Now, you're a NASCAR fan, or
I
you
used
don't
to
watch.
be. Yeah, I mean, I don't watch it anymore as much. I mean, I still keep up with it like every now, like blue moon, but not as much anymore now.
Now, let's say because of Formula One that you said that it gets your adrenaline pumping, your blood is boiling, you're all excited and all that. You got the amazing handsomeness of Brad Pitt acting all along with that beautiful hair of his. And let's say you become an F1 fan because of that movie. Would you ever do Formula One Las Vegas?
Uh yeah, in a way, in a sense. I mean, if I lived out there, would I pay to go fly and be over there to what? No. If I'm in the area and it happens to be in the area, yeah, I'll pay tickets to go see it.
It's
But I'm not
free.
gonna. I'm not. That is not free. They
Yes.
cover the views. So no, you have to pay your ticket still. But if I'm in the area and it just happens to be F1 season that's gotta be in Vegas, then yeah, I'll gladly buy a ticket. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to fly out there for an event, a Formula One event.
Now, would you say that the blood pumping, the adrenaline rushing, because that was new to you in the sense that when you saw How to Train Your Dragon, that you already had seen that story before. That's why, in a way, it's beating it out.
No, I mean, again, it's. Don't get me wrong. How to Train Your Dragon is a great movie, and I'm sure, Jurassic World. I saw that, and obviously Superman coming out this weekend. I'm sure there gotta be enjoyable films. It's just it just took me like I got out of the movie and I'm like, damn, I'm tired. That's how much my blood was rushing through my body. I'm like, damn, like I'm actually
Oh,
tired. Like I'm gonna go home and want to take a nap.
so you ramped it up. Obviously, I don't. I think you also when you're podcasting with me, you have to give the a toda madre rating. Would you say Formula F1 is an a toda madre or a 10 out of 10?
I've I told you it was the movie of the year, so that would, as of right now, so that has to be a toda madre. Yeah, it can't be a 10 out of 10. No, 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 it's a toda madre because that for me, as it currently stands, it is the movie of the year.
I know that I gave How to Train Your Dragon and a toda madre. What did you, and I forgot to get your rating for How to Train Your Dragon.
I mean, that one would be like a 10 out of 10.
Okay, now and I know people are like, "Oh, that's stupid. Why would you do something extra?" Because something extra is the. I'm not saying that a toda madre F1 and a toda madre How to Train Your Dragon are like super equal. It's just that at the end of the year, you're gonna like one better than the other one. It's that simple. But it separates all your a toda madres to your 10 out of 10s, to your 9 out of 10s, 8 and 7. So it's easier for you to say which one's the best of the year. So far, you're saying it's that one. I have yet to see it. The thing is that I wanted to, but we're in Superman week. Obviously, I forgot to put my fucking Superman poster, but it freaking se quebró la little plastic. I had time to do it. I was just on my phone. Um, but it is Superman week, and after Superman week, we have in 2 weeks after that, or maybe even three, it's Fantastic Four. But I already saw Jurassic World. I already gave out my review. You saw Jurassic World. Obviously, you have the pass, so it's easy for you to watch movies as opposed to me, where I have to be selective. Because even though on Tuesdays I get $5 movies, I still work and get out. I get off at 9 o'clock, so sometimes the movies are not even there at 9, or I'm just too tired to go to the movies. I did do the mistake of going to see 20 Years Later because it was in my top 10 of the movies. And if you made it to my top 10, I have to go see you. F1 was an honorable mention that I might miss, and 28 Years Later was in my top 10. Anticipated, that sucked for me. So another one that was in my top 10 list was Jurassic World. William gave it a 10 out of 10. Before you answer again, I saw that you said, "Well, you're crazy." 10 out of 10. But is that in a toda madre, or is it still 10 out of 10? Or now that it has sunk in, it's been 4 days later, 5 days later, have you changed your thoughts about it?
Wait, you said I?
On our text grouping, on our
Yeah,
text,
you said it was 10 out of 10, right?
not me. You said that.
No, I was bushing around. I wasn't being for real because I forgot
Okay,
who I was. It was called sarcasm because I believe it
okay,
was Andrew who was like, "It's a 5 out of 10." I'm like, what the fuck, bro? That's a 10 out of 10. What are you talking about?
okay,
And then
okay,
I
okay.
said no one ever because that's just not a 10 out of 10. That's just a disaster movie. You know.
That,
Um.
that's a disaster movie. It's,
Yeah. It's
you go in there for the popcorn, to have a good time, turn off your brain, and it did a good job. But I myself, I'm like, you know what? I'll give you a 7. If I can give Thunderbolts a 6.8, I'm gonna give Thunderbolt. I'm gonna give Jurassic World Part 4 a 7. I think a solid 7 for me was good. So I didn't know it was sarcasm, but since you saw it, what did you think of it?
yeah. I mean the same. It's you can only do so much with a dinosaur movie after it's been done 6 times. It's what's the new story plot you gotta do? You're trying to redo the same thing as the entire previous. Well, this time it's we're gonna make cancer free or whatever the hell it was. Living life expectancy longer, whatever. Um, really, that's what we're gonna go with. So I mean, the movie's enjoyable. Yeah. Solid 6, solid 7. I texted you like, damn, Mickey Holler got bailed out of jail to get into the boat family and then get surrounded by Jurassic fucking dinosaurs. You know,
That was one of my complaints about the movie. That even the Mayor Ashala Blade, the new Blade, which I don't even know if we're gonna get Blade, but the new Blade told them, "What are you doing all the way out here?" That's the only thing that bugged me. Is like, why the hell are you? How are you the way over there? He's like, well, I'm just sailing, but all the way over there where they're making it seem like it's far to get there, and you're sailing all the way. Like it doesn't make it to me. It didn't make any sense, but it's part of the movie, right? You need to have a family. Why? Because Jurassic Park 1 had the kids. Jurassic Park 2 had the girl. Jurassic Park 3 had the boy that got lost. Jurassic World had the two boys from the divorced parents. Jurassic World Part 2 had the chick, the android, not the android, the clone, and then Part 3 had the clone again. So you have to have kids in the movie. Uh, I do miss something. I kind of miss that there was not a lot of dinosaur action in a way. like in a way.
I, I mean, not really. Yeah, in a way, yeah. It was a lot of paying tribute to previous movies in a way, I guess.
Yes,
But there was scenes here and there. Obviously, the part that I did enjoy was the ending of the movie with Blade. I'm just like, of course, like the little red light comes out, he's following. And I'm like, T Rex is coming out. T Rex is gonna be the battle of the T Rex and the D Rex, like always, because that's what happens in every fucking movie, you know. And it didn't happen. I was like, oh, that's a surprise. I'm glad it didn't happen. And this guy died. Okay, And then obviously,
we did it.
so it's spoilers, but
It just came out. That's what's it called? I call that the xenomorph dinosaur. The from the alien xenomorph.
yeah, because that's what it is. That was the shape of the head.
Yeah, with the shit. I'm like, that's a motherfucking alien. That's a xenomorph.
And then obviously I got lost in the movie in the sense of I completely forgot that in the present day was like the same fucking little clinic they were in was from 30 years ago, which was that facility they were in. And the beginning of the movie with the whole scientist and the D-Rex eating them, I'm like, oh shit, that's the same dinosaur. Oh, that's right, this is the island where that the beginning of the movie happened. I had completely forgot about that part of the movie. Like, oh shit.
And what's it called? And it's it all comes down to the guy who was eating his Snickers. The whole movie
Basically.
revolves around that.
Yeah.
Now, we mentioned, you said it was a 6, 7 out of 10, right? I gave it a solid 7. It's enjoyable. It's definitely better than Jurassic World 2 and Jurassic World 3. 4. It's definitely better than those two. Uh, it is a family adventure, and it plays the. Is that me or you?
I think it's you.
Oh, it was. It was freaking. Y ¿cómo se llama? I do love the fact that it's. ¿Cómo te puedo decir? They kept it simple, la story, and they kept it moving along. Like there was not a lot of like, even though character, I thought they were gonna off him. I thought they were. Spoiler. Like, but yo pensé que I'm like, oh, that's the annoying boyfriend that gets. All right, and he grew on to me. By the end of the movie, he grew on. So I'm not gonna be an asshole and say, nah, he was a boring ass character. Now he grew on to me, and he became this thing at the end. But I don't know if it's gonna have solid legs to make it into the 1 billion. You know how me and you were talking about? Oh, because it's a dinosaur movie, all the Jurassic World movies have made it to 1 billion. I don't know if this movie makes it to the 1 billion mark.
I mean, aren't they already like a quarter of the way there?
I
I think they're at. I think two. I honestly don't remember what I saw somewhere. It's like already like a quarter of the way, I believe, or if not more.
mm,
But obviously their issue right now is their competition coming out in the next few weeks that could potentially like take the sales.
this Friday takes definitely is gonna take a hit, a big
Yeah.
one. Um, it is Superman week. Should have put my Superman poster. Pero William, do you think Superman's gonna be a good movie? And I know that you're a Snyder fan, just like me. But is that gonna affect you?
Is it gonna affect the way I watch the movie? No, I'm still gonna be a guy that's gonna go watch a movie and see. Hopefully, it's a good movie. I'm trying to enjoy a good film. I'm not trying to see some shit. So when it comes down to it, I hope it's a good movie. Like I don't plan on it being a bad movie. It's a It's a superhero. Obviously, eventually, it's gonna be the expansion of the new DC world that I'm trying to get. So hopefully, it's good. That's what I'm rooting for.
That was a lot of things. I don't know where it comes. And no, okay. So sorry. Yeah, I'm really hoping it's good. I'm really disliking that fucking dog. I am. I don't want to see that dog doing fucking kicks and shit like that. I'm like, all that dog needs to do is bite and push him with the headbutt. That's it. I don't need it. I don't need to see a dog punching, and I definitely don't need to see a dog kicking. Once I see that, I'm turning off my brain and I'm like, fuck this movie. Because then what's the fucking point of having Superman if you're gonna have a super dog? And I get it. I get it. People are gonna say it's in the movies. Let it be. I mean, sorry. It's in the comics. Let it be. I just don't get the fucking dog. That's Superman. I don't know. I'm just hoping it's a good movie. I will be honest. I am a Snyder fan, and I got used to that dark theme. So just seeing the trailers with the colorful and all that, it kind of bugs me. But I am gonna give it a shot, and I will say this: if I enjoy the movie, I'm gonna enjoy it. If I like it better than Man of Steel, I will definitely say that because I'm not the biggest Man of Steel fan. I am a big fan of later the Superman, like from Dawn of Justice and from Justice League. I am a fan of that Superman. Man of Steel, it took me a while. I'm talking like 4 or 5 viewings for me to like, okay, I finally like it. But I don't know. I just see this full space and all.
I mean, it's again, like you said, I just hope it's an enjoyable film. I'm not gonna be like going in like, oh, it's gonna be a shitty film. I'm gonna be like a fucking Marvel fan, be like, yeah, this movie was ass. You know, like no, it's. I'm going in with the same expectations to any movie. I want to watch a good movie, so hopefully it's just a good movie.
Hopefully, that's what we're aiming for.